In order to hear, we look at how sound enters the ears. So first, it enters our outer ear, and the sound wave then travels down the ear to the middle ear space, where the eardrum is going to boost the sound through. The three little middle ear bones called the ossicles then vibrate, and then by vibrating, they mechanically push the sound into the inner ear. The inner ear is the cochlea, which is encased inside the bone of our skull. Once the little ossicles have pushed the sound into the inner ear, it has to travel through this fluid in the inner ear space. And then as the fluid travels, it ignites those little hair cells. And when each particular hair cell is stimulated, that responds to a particular pitch. And then when the hair cells wiggle to let the brain know it's heard sound, the nerve sends the sound impulse up to the brain, and the brain then understands that this sound plus this sound plus this sound equal speech, or equal a dog barking, or equal a faucet running. While it might seem like we hear entirely from our ears are actually just working as the antennas that send the sound up to the brain. The brain is what then interprets and makes sense of the sound. Some people have a disorder called auditory processing or central auditory processing disorder, where they hear, but if it's not quite loud enough, it doesn't register as meaningful to their brain. For example, I have to listen to TV just slightly louder, not necessarily to the point where people are saying, whoa, that's pretty loud. But sometimes just having it just slightly louder, it helps me feel like I can have a good attention and a good grasp on what I'm hearing. Listening to loud music is okay in short periods of time, but the unknown is how loud is the music and how loud are we listening to it for? We're able to make music a lot louder with iPod buds and things like that than our parents were. Music used to be distorted, or it would crackle if you would turn it up too loud, and that's not the case. And so one concerning thing that I find clinically is I'm seeing a lot more high-pitch hearing loss with kids under the age of 20. And people in my age range, in their 20s and 30s, that's not necessarily there. And so I'm wondering if the presence of, MP3s and having the sound so loud and so close to our ears is creating a little bit of a hearing problem in a younger population than we're used to seeing. It's a little concerning because it's a permanent situation once you have hearing loss. It's not really reversible at all.